Maybe. Yay!
Good morning. Ooh, it was a slow morning for more than just me. I had to do a reset, and then it just took a while for us to link up here, Matthew. Hey, it's Teepa and Matthew. And this morning, we're going to finish off our brain change series for right now with two things. Number one, an acknowledgement that we put up on YouTube the series that we did on sexuality, sensory, sensation, and dementia, because we were so challenged by this article talking about this 25% of people living with dementia do sexually inappropriate things. And it was like, really? We're still doing this sort of trope, this idea, this myth, this misunderstanding. And it's time to go, enough already. So that's up. And if you missed it, Matthew's putting it in the chat here, how you can link in, how you can find those. And one of the things you can find there is a really, I think, pretty potent discussion between Joanna Fix, a PhD neuropsychologist, who basically now lives with Alzheimer's disease, young onset, and is very open about talking about things about sexuality, but also talking about sensation and the difference. And she's actually an expert for many reasons, one of which is she's living with it, and the second of which is she studied a lot and did forensic work. So this is a woman who is quite skillful in our conversation. Now, today's topic is a little bit different, and yet it's something that I've addressed multiple times, which is it's really important when we're in the world, well, I could say the world of dementia, I would say when we're living life, that we learn the difference between giving up, just giving up. I just give up versus I let go of something that actually doesn't seem to actually exist as it was. I mean, it's different. So what was isn't. And I can sit here and I can grieve its loss and I can want it back. And this is true. Parents, Matthew. Now I'm gonna get a little close to the bone here, I suspect. Matthew, when your daughter was graduating from high school last year, if I remember right, you were doing a lot of grieving, if I remember, of what would never be again. I mean, you were really feeling that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It was that sudden realization of that milestone. I think in a lot of people's life, that transition from high school, because that typically is the door opening to, okay, now I go out and I'm I'm creating my life, or I'm doing something that's in this adult realm. And so yeah, definitely was in that
Going
space
away
and
from
place.
home, not being in the nest, losing relationships. And your daughter was grieving some things, like the horse that she had had, that wasn't anymore, the home that she had, and she was going to a different place and losing some connections with people she had. But what she was really learning how to do, and you were learning how to do, is let go of what you couldn't have anymore. It was time. I mean, it wasn't like she was not able or competent. You hadn't prepared her. You had. She knew how to do laundry. She knew how to do the money. She knew how to drive the car. She knew how to make new friends. She knows those things. They're just uncomfortable and it's different. And so when we have kids, we get to a place where we recognize, wow, things are changing. Um, Oh, I really miss when they were little and they liked the snuggle. I really miss when they smelled like babies. Oh, well, actually, wait a minute. Let me think about that. Then you realize, wait, there was some good, there was some bad. Maybe remember a little bit, maybe don't think about it too much. But now, as we age, there's also a phenomena of letting go. And one of them is, my own daughter, one of them is like, I guess I need to get readers. It's like, So you're letting go of the idea that your eyes and your arms can do this work versus maybe there's a compensatory strategy. because, the muscles around your eye are just not what they used to be. That allows you to read more comfortably. So, sort of like a palliative care phenomenon. Let's get comfortable with this idea that I've got to let go that my eyes are 20/20. I mean, mine were never 20/20, so it wasn't such a hard thing for me. It was sort of an interesting time when I actually could read for a while there. It was a ways back, but I could actually read without glasses at all because I didn't need them. And now I've gone back to needing them for up close work, sewing, that kind of thing, and distant. I still need that because I still have astigmatism. But, and I did really well with progressives because I let go of the idea that, I could keep this going. So, Matthew, when it comes to dementia, what do you think makes it so hard and it makes it feel like we're giving up something versus we're letting go of what we can't really have anymore? What do you think might be some of that?
Well, I
What
know,
is causing
I know, Teepa, that there are moments that our community will come to us and they'll express about holidays or travel
that?
or
Mhm.
activities that they would do with mom, dad, husband, wife, and with changes that are happening, skill shifts, that question of or seeing that we can't do it exactly the same way that we had always done it before, and that becoming one of those moments where they're like, well, do we just stop doing it altogether and just not do that anymore, or something else?
Or are there different strategies? So, but you have to get to that place of like, that's not lurking like it was. Now, I'd like to let go of some of it, but I don't want to give up on it. So what are the options? And so that idea of, do I give it up, or do we let go of some of the elements and sustain the core? Do we find that which still is and celebrate what's possible and move forward with what's possible? Or do we grieve what we can't have and just stand solid that I'm missing what I can't have? And it's like, well, you could. I'm not sure you're going to be very comfortable for very long there. I mean, that's really a setup for a lot of sadness, anger, feelings of isolation, feelings of being trapped, feelings of being frightened, scared, nervous, disengaged, bored. So we are firm believers in, okay, well, let's address the elephant in the room. Things aren't like they used to be. So what does that mean exactly? So where are you with that? Because you aren't exactly like you used to be either. I don't know how to break it to you, but you aren't how you were exactly. So what's changed for you? For the better? Maybe not so much for the better.
Yeah, and Teepa, speaking of Joanna, I remember her sharing with us
Mhm.
something that she had done like around the holidays about the shift of us going to a home where there's going to be a bunch of people and everybody trying to come and talk and catch up versus the shift of the invite of, hey, separately or in smaller numbers coming to visit me here. So still being able to keep a tradition of coming together, seeing each other, but making that shift and being able to let go of the way we've always done it before and the difference that made. Because what would happen if we just decided, well, we're just not going to do it anymore?
Yeah, don't visit anymore. Don't have those relationships anymore. And I'm going to go back to our why I got so upset and why I think it's so wrong to talk about inappropriate sexual behaviors for 25%. And it's because what we're saying is people living with brain change have to give up all intimate contact, all sensory contact. All we on the other hand have to do all these tasks, but we will do them without a sense of a relationship other than I'm the carer and you're the receiver of care. And frankly, that's not that's not okay. That's not actually care. It veers toward neglect or it veers toward abuse, but it is not care with permission. And that means on the other side of it, we've got to get more skillful. Our brain change will need to happen if we're going to do it, because we've got to get better at picking up on cues and responding to cues rather than waiting for an incident to happen and then blowing up. So, giving up, letting go. Big difference. And we hope that for you, you have a moment at some point where you recognize, wow, I'm getting distressed. Is this a case where I need to figure out how to let go of something rather than giving up on someone or the relationship? It's a possibility. If you have questions, you have concerns, you have feedback, let us know. Till next time, take care of yourself and take care with your care. Be well and figure out what you can let go of so you can celebrate something else. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Teepa. Bye, everybody.